I have been receiving lots of messages. Some of them tends to be threats from real estate realtors, real estate agents in Nigeria. Basically because of the video that I posted about them selling fake properties and defrauding a lot of people in diaspora. And the people I'm more concerned about, which I've said, are the people in diaspora that are Nigerians that are interested in investing in their father's land, in Nigeria specifically. Because for those of us who are already in Nigeria, who does most of our things here in Nigeria, it is easy for us to do our due diligence. And perhaps if we make any mistake or any error, it is easier for us to fix this error because we are within the country. And despite the fact that we are here 24/7, we are still being defrauded by a lot of real estate organizations. I wasn't actually talking specifically about those realtors, certain agents who wants to sell property from the owner of the property directly to who they want to sell it to. No, I'm not interested in that. In fact, I think that if anyone dupes you or if anyone defrauds you when you are buying directly from someone who has his own property, apartment, and wants to sell it, then most likely it's because you are just negligent. When you're negligent, you pay the price for it. But the so-called real estate company organizations, these are the people that are the real issues, because they are the one who does a lot of adverts outside the country, put up ambassadors, tell people, have a lot of marketers that tell people outside the country to come and buy in Nigeria. It is important, I repeat, it is important that every Nigerian who is not within the country, that is in diaspora, have a piece of land in Nigeria. I repeat, it is important that every diaspora, whether you're in Canada, whatever country you are, US, UK, you need to have a piece of land in your father's land, Nigeria. And you ask me why? When your mother carried you in your womb and you were being given birth to, did they call it umbilical cord? When it was being cut off, it was buried in the soil. It was buried on the land, which simply means that you have now been fixed to the sand or to the soil of your father's land or of your mother's land. And this is the reason why in our tradition and culture, when those people who perpetuate spiritual things, I wouldn't want to call it diabolical, they can take the sand and the hair because you belong to the soil of that land, and they can speak to you and it will work. Whether you did anywhere, it would work. You are connected to the soil. So it is a disgrace if you do not have inheritance in your father's land or in your mother's land. It is a disgrace if you are out of the country, you buy in UK, you have in Canada, you buy property in other countries, and you don't have in Nigeria. It is a disgrace. It is a pride to own a land. But when it comes to the aspect that you are now going to be defrauded because we have certain system that does not protect the interests of its investors, and you think that I'm not going to tell them to be cautious, you think I'm not going to tell them to run for their life, you think I'm just going to open my eyes as soon as they defraud us, wait there for Nigeria, put us in prison, handcuff us, arrested, sent us to prison, to jail, charge us to court for speaking up the truth of what you people do to us individually. And then I keep quiet and just say, do it to other people because I love myself. Everybody has the blood that run into their vein. I don't know fella, and I know deep, I'm not related to any Anikulakbo, but I'm from Undo, and we know the year word. So there's no punishment you can give to me. I would make the people who needs to be aware. And I need to tell those people who want to invest to be very cautious until our system is good enough to be able, for those people to be able to invest. Because now we are making this land become a place where no one wants to put their money. Everyone who invests would have to weep. And certain people will take the money, they'll be running party every single place. They will have 500 marketers. And every three months, after some of them collect money from Diaspora and all of that, the marketer will move. They will say the problem is from the marketer, it's not from the company. Some of the company, they will give you a piece of land. Instead of 500 square meter, they will give you 350 square meter because you are not in the country to be able to do your due diligence. Some of them, they will give you particular accusation that is inside government accusation. They may buy 10 acres and the government will give them global CFO. And before you know, they will buy 500 acres extra. Those ones are not attached. Only 10 acres have global CFO. And you that you are buying within the community, you would not know that that land that you just bought is out of the global CFO. But they are going to present you that same certificate. I have a lot of things that these eyes are seeing. And so if you are a realtor and you are having an issue with me for speaking up about this, here is my proposal. I am opening the floor anytime any of you like to come and defend yourself. I know much now with the real estate stuff, and I'm not interested in selling for anyone. But I would ask you a lot of questions online. If you have a company, if you have, I don't even want to deal with these company people. If you have a property and you want to sell, come, I would ask you questions. If you are into it, I will ask you a lot of questions. And to know if you also are doing all your due diligence. And if you claim you are honest, if you can prove to the world that you are truly honest. I have a lot of offers from real estate organizations for me to promote their company. I have from jewelry companies who will tell me I should promote their jewelries. I cannot promote what I can't testify for. But if you can defend yourself, Babu Wala, you are free to come to my show anytime, to my platform anytime. We will discuss. I will ask you questions. If truly what you say is true, then I can tell people that, oh, do your due diligence, so send a lawyer to this person. Let them verify. In fact, let people have the ability to go through your contract before they make a dime payment. Maybe you're a real estate company or whatever, or you want to sell a property. Let someone, at least, if you verify that the person has some of the funds to pay to you, let them go through the contract. Give them time to go through the contract before they make payment, because a lot of them would hurry you to pay. And I'm going to break down most of this contract, the clauses, and the things they don't put. Let me tell you something. When you read book or when people speak, most of us listen to what they say. I pay attention to what they are not saying. And that is how I get a lot of people. Most of all these real estate organizations. It is not what they say. It is what they are not saying. But they mean it. People say what they don't mean, and they mean what they don't say. This is one of the professions that they've learned to use in lying to people in diaspora. And so I am giving you this opportunity. If anyone is sending me any message like, oh, you are going to threaten, oh, maybe I will face lawsuits, or blah, blah, blah. I have said it that 99% of real estate organizations in Nigeria are fraud. So if you're part of those 99%, yes, you can come after me. If you're in the 0.1%, or you're in the 1%, you're good to go. Besides, I haven't called names. Soon I'll be calling out names. Soon I will be calling out names. And also, I am making sure that the government will be aware of this. And if this cannot be fixed, what's the point? Let people rather build houses only in their villages, rather than them wasting their resources. The whole resources that we have, when the Europeans came to our country, they did not come after for our women. They did not come for palm kernel. They came for the land. And when they discovered everything about the land, they gave us our freedom. Now our oil is going to their land. Every resources that our ground can achieve, they know everything. Now they take our resources. We have the resources. We don't know how to use it. So anyone who has land in Nigeria has dignity. It is a hope and a sign that you will be wealthy. This is what land means. It is a hope and a sign that you will be wealthy, even if you have not made it. So and now they are still defrauding us. They are still extorting us, the Westerners, and we as here defrauding our own people. And we want the country to be safe. We want the people in diaspora to come home. But if they have to come, they have to be a safer place. There's no fee they do arm slaughter for your mama house. They kill everybody with it there. And you just say, because it's my mother's house, I will have to go. That's stupidity on a different scale. And I'm not supporting it. There are different perspectives to Nigerian social media influencing communication, news, and all the garbage that is going on in the country with the fuel prices, everything, NFC, striking and strikers. Those ones did not concern me. This is what I pay attention to and other things that actually matters to me. And so, here's my conclusion. If you're a realtor, tell us everything you have if you do. Give us your lawyers if we do. Let people go through your contract if they can. Let people ask questions online if they can. Bring all the contract. We post it. We send it to people. Let them go through the contract. Peradventure, they may not buy from you this year, next year, 3 years from now. But if they think you will have a good thing, good reputation, they can verify, they can do a lot of things. Why? I wouldn't say nobody should buy from you. We're only looking for reliable things, trustworthy things. That's my concern. So any other thing anybody is saying, as they enter here, you buy loan bossy. So I will be, for those in diaspora, those in Nigeria, because even we in Nigeria and we suffer, I will still be throwing out my program on the 10th of June. If you are a realtor, you think, say you sabi defend yourself and you think you are holy, because I've seen pastors, all these people, they do all these things. In fact, the pastors now are going into real estate. Most pastors are into real estate and they still defraud. They'll pretend they don't know this, they don't know this, get set. In fact, even government themselves, where will they buy land for their hand? Some of them, you buy property from government, later they will tell you that land, they want to do road there. Just like the way they did that landmark, something. Now, they demolished all those things. You can't say anything. But if that man do not have any other resources, square one, square zero, Loma Bossy. And these are the things that I feel we should protect as a people. So except you don't want to be your brother's keeper, except you are just interested for bamboo to be walking, monkey to be walking, bamboo, you that you are in Nigeria, to be shopping. If that is your MO, then if you want to come very hard, because you guys really don't even know who you are coming after. And if you do, and I get your name, and I get your organization, I just start my YouTube. I will exploit you to the whole world. If our justice system, we would fight where we need to fight and get to, until this madness stop in the country.
When you are revolutionary and you talk the truth, people will come and slap you down. Then you talk the truth again, they lock you in jail. Them never hear anything at all. Then go hear pansa pansa. When you are revolutionary and you talk the truth, people will come and slap you down. Then you talk the truth again, they lock you in jail. Them never hear anything at all. Then go hear pansa pansa.